Oh, hope everyone had a great weekend and ready to really go after everything that you have, wanted to put in your life and achieve, and all of the neat wishes, dreams, visions that you are really incorporating into your life. Hey, John, how are you? So today, I was having one of my coaching sessions with a client on the West Coast. Hey, Don, and on Friday, and we were talking about, how is it that many people want our products and services, but they don't want to engage, they don't want to invest. And so I came up with this idea of when is being nice really being hurtful. And so what I did was, I started thinking about pretty much, I could say 99.9% of everyone that really is in our community. We really do care about people. We want to help them. We want to take whatever their pain or, discomfort away. We want to serve them. And sometimes we want to do it more than they're willing to even put that skin in the game for themselves. And so, one of the things that I was thinking about as well is that when I was raising, hi Laura, when Sharon and I were raising our sons, I had a belief when they were young that I wanted to be close enough when they fell that I could catch them. And as I entered into that process, I realized it was incorrect for me. And what I adopted for myself was I wanted to be close enough to when the boys fell that I could help them up. Now, if there was something fatal, they were going to jump off the building or, anything like that. I wanted to pay attention. But the reality was it was in hitting the ground, whatever that pain point was, is where the learning happens. And so we can tell our children all day long, don't touch that, it's hot. But odds are they're going to at some point touch it. And hey, Babette, and so what happens is that we have this human need to learn by doing. And so, because we don't have that connection with the process, it's almost like when you've seen a teenager, and I don't want to pick on teenagers, it's not the teenager day deal, is that, yeah, I know, they definitely do touch it. You give them a car, and then you'll see them, lay down rubber, they'll brake hard, they just won't take care of it. But if that teenager has their hard-earned work earnings, their connection to the result from what they did before, that cause and effect, they're going to take much better care of it. There's also an illustration in nature. I think it may be part of the curriculum in elementary schools where the teacher will bring in a cocoon, a chrysalis of a butterfly. And so you watch that butterfly or that caterpillar go through that metamorphosis of becoming the butterfly. And every so often you have someone that says, I just want to help. And they will take and they'll see that butterfly starting to emerge from the cocoon. And what they do is they cut the chrysalis, and that butterfly is able to get out of the what we deem as painful process much easier. But the reality is, if we do that, that butterfly is put in a position of not strengthening the wings. And it's only in hey Johnny, it's only in that process of strife and stress that the wings are really strengthened, and it can become what it was intended to become. Otherwise, that caterpillar, Lauren, thank you for showing up. That caterpillar that turns into a butterfly, if we help it, actually dies. And so what are some of the indicators that, people that come to us, and I know that as we're in the public, people are looking for a little simpler way, but, you're being asked for a scholarship. If people are wanting you to mentor them, and also if they are constantly looking for discounts. And so you can always say yes. And this is not one of those beliefs that I have that you always hold, tight to the parameters of what it is that you're wanting to have them invest in your product or service. So you can always say yes, but it's one of those things that, is it something that's going to benefit them, or is it something that actually is going to hurt them? So some of the action steps I'm going to suggest to you today that is going to help all of us when we have these requests come in. And number one is really know our pricing. Know what that firm benchmark is, that level of investment that you really see as, hey, Laura, that investment that's going to give them the result and also that buy-in. So then is ask questions. What is it that they're wanting to accomplish? What are their special circumstances? There are times when I have those rules that I bend, and most of the time it comes out extremely well. But there's also a way to really put some parameters around that, so you know that the individuals that, hey, David, it's a long time since we've connected. There are things that we can put in place to see if what we're doing, what we're helping with, is actually being beneficial or if it's actually hurting them. And so I have used the investment in the product or service for years as that litmus test. Are they ready to implement that which I can help them with? Sometimes what we do is we get ahead of the curve, and the person says, I want this, but they're really not ready to implement, and so we're out of timing with them. So I just use that number as that first little wake-up call, if you will, and to see what their reaction is. Is that something they go, oh, golly, great, let's get going, or they just go, oh, golly, that's so far out of my realm? Because sometimes hey, Judy, what happens is that we can give them good information, we can give them good process, but they don't have the ability to implement. And now we're really being mean, because they see what they could have, but they can't see how to get there. And so also you can do a short test. If you say, oh, golly, yeah, let me do that. Let me adjust a little bit here and give you a hand. So, what is that test? What is that action step that you could give them that they would be able to implement, and for you to see if they're ready to actually take the benefit of what you have to offer? The other thing is a little tougher. Sometimes when you really feel that it's not the right timing, is to allow them to go away. Now, when I say go away with an action step. I tell you what we need is, let me give you a couple of ideas. I'd like you to go implement those. And when you have the results of that, let's get back together again, and then we can connect and I can help you take the next step. And so what you're doing too is really giving them that ability to break out of that cocoon, to strengthen their wings so they will be able to fly. So I know that we're all nice, but let's not get that nice agenda that we have, because here's an afterthought. Sometimes we help because it feels good to us to help. But if it hurts them in the long run, we're not really doing that. So anyway, it's great to be with you on this Monday, and look forward to connecting with you on Wednesday. Like I said, this topic today was offered or asked of me to present by one of my clients as we were going through that coaching session. Hey, Veronica. And so if you have a concept or, a challenge that you want me to address or whatever, I don't use names and nobody knows who gives me the ideas. And I'd be happy to do that. So, because I want this to be a time well spent or scratch that, invested, and so you get that return on the investment. So with that, I will say have a great rest of your day, and we'll see everybody 1 o'clock Mountain on Wednesday. Have a good one. Bye-bye.